Hey everyone, welcome to GitHub Comprehensive course. I am Pooja. In the last session, we have discussed about the advanced repository management. In this session, we will discuss about GitHub Action. You might have heard how important GitHub Action is about and how important it is for your CI/CD, and let's learn about it. Hey everyone, today we will study about GitHub GitHub Actions. What do you mean by that? Okay, so you might have heard so many times, like, apart from CI/CD, they're asking, do you know anything apart from Jenkins? Because Jenkins has become a very common CI/CD. They say like it's very basic, and you know that you know something extra beyond that, right? So today I have brought that topic for you. Today says that you will be seeing how interesting it is and how easy it is to follow the GitHub Actions, right? So have you ever wondered what is GitHub Actions, right? So if no, then that's fine. I'll help you out with that session now. Okay, so let's jump into it. So here, what is GitHub Actions? Okay, so it is something which is a CI/CD. It is also a CI/CD. Okay, so how we have Jenkins, the same way here also we have called as CI/CD. Okay, so CI/CD, as you all know very well, it is continuous integration, continuous. 1 minute. Okay, it's a continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay, so what does it give? It is an automation tool built into GitHub, right? So the name itself has come GitHub Action because it is a GitHub product, right? So something which is happening on your GitHub is called as something which is happening on your GitHub, and we will see what is that. Okay, that is what the GitHub Action is. Okay, so far you might have seen like GitHub is for versioning control, to manage your code, to manage your history, to manage your version. You have been seeing like for collaboration it is required. Many more you have been seeing, right? But you also have wondered that how it is like CI/CD, how it is for that, right? So how exactly it works, that we will see. Okay, it is something which is automating your work, automation. For automation, I can say for that it is. Okay, it also allows you to automate your workflow, such as for your building and testing code, for deploying application, okay, for running the script when certain events and the 1 minute. Yeah, so push request, issue creations, many more things. Okay, what you can see. So let me refresh this. Okay, so like this you can see many more options here in the GitHub. Okay, what we will see it. Okay, and let's understand what better it is and how it goes. Okay, so we have something called push. Okay, pull, that is called as PR, and issue creation. Okay, run a script when certain events occur. Okay, so here it is showing building and testing code, deploying application. So try to understand here. Let's say if you have created something on your local, right, you have to do some changes. First you have to configure it first, then for whatever the files you are creating, you have to save that, add that, commit that, and then you have to push that to your remote. Before doing pushing to remote, you also should make sure the repository is created for you. Many more things you have to do it. Okay, but here something you no need to do it manually. Few things is automatically updated for you, right? So that's what the building and testing code comes into picture. Then deploying application, right, where your manual error reduces and your automation increases. Okay, that's what the GitHub Action does it. Okay, the same thing here, it is a running script when certain events occur. Okay, that we are seeing, and we also see here it is workflows are defined using YAML files. Okay, and the YAML files is written in this .github, then workflows. Okay, then comes your directory of your repositories. Okay, and we will also see what are the key features of this. Okay, one, we have something called trigger events, means which will specify when the workflow run. Okay, and it will also specify like example, push pull request is possible here. It will also schedules your jobs. Okay, the same thing here also, it is telling you jobs like where your task is run, and it is in sequence or parallel. Okay, machines that execute jobs like Linux, Windows, Mac OS, many more. Okay, your actions like reusable task, like installing your dependency, running the test, or deploying code. Okay, and we have some steps to be followed here. Don't worry, let's go first through theoretical way, and then we will go with the practical way where you understand exactly what is that, right? So here how to create a workflow, right? Inside your repo you create a right, how do we create? We will create GitHub, then comes workflow, then whichever is your file name. Let's say you have some file name you want to give, then you can give that. Okay, in that way it is created. Here I have given a sample of this script, okay, where I have given the sample, but we are going to follow some other sample, and we will see that a simple sample we will follow that. And we have something called check workflows. You can also go and check your workflows, how we go, that steps I have mentioned, and we will do it hands on in some time. Okay, so in this example scenario is you have a Python project with unit test. You can every time you can push the code to a main repo. Okay, GitHub checks checks out the code, and then installs the Python dependencies. It will run the test automatically. Okay, if fails, you immediately can fix before merging. Okay, so in this way the GitHub actions work like. And don't worry, so if you're confused with theoretical way, don't worry, I'll help you to go through the practical and you have a proper understanding. But one thing you remember, GitHub Actions is something which will which will give you an add-on for your profile, because these days apart from Jenkins, they also asking GitHub Actions. Okay, so it's very much important for your, if you are somebody who is looking for a job or something where you want to get hired with a good salary, and also CI/CD is something which will help you out. And of course, out of the CI/CD, GitHub Action stands the first, so you can go with that, and we will see it how exactly it is happening. Okay, so let's jump into the things. Okay, first and foremost thing I just want to tell, if you have not gone through the previous video which we have completed so far, please I request you go and follow us, and and you where have taught everything about Git from basic to advanced, many more things what is required for us, okay, in Git and GitHub, where if you have followed that series, then you will be pro in the Git and GitHub, and you will have a complete information about it. And we have given we have covered every topic. Okay, so you can follow that. So the GitHub action is something an advanced topic in Git and GitHub, so you can go and watch those series, and then come back to this part. Okay, so where you will have a good exposure. Okay, so if you are somebody who is new to this class, then totally fine. Okay, I'll help you out through some of the information. Okay, let's say you should have now, for this session you should have only GitHub Actions, sorry, GitHub sign in. Okay, so for that what you can do is you can do GitHub. Okay, you can do sign up. Okay, GitHub sign in we will do. Okay, then you have something called sign in to GitHub. Then you already have created. Okay, so it is leading me to this page, but first time when you will create, you should give your mail ID and in the password, and then once you give the password, it will lead you to the this page. Okay, this is the GitHub page, I can say. Okay, so don't worry about this, all the repositories, I can say it is something which I have created. Okay, same thing for you, it is like you have to create it. Okay, so let's start. So let's say you have something called new. Okay, so you should click on this. First, if you are confused, you can go with this hamburger. Okay, so you have something called home, you have to click here, then you have something called new repo, right? You should click on this new repo, then you have something called repository name, right? You can give the repository name. Let's say we are creating on, so I'll say actions test GitHub. Okay, action, I'll say test. Okay, GitHub action test is the name where I am keeping it. Okay, and the description I'll give as test here. Okay, and it will be public repo only. I'm not doing anything, and I'll just readme for me not required, so I'll just directly go and create it. Okay, fine. This is how it looks like. Still we have not pushed. Okay, and as I said you what to do next, how do you push the code, many more things I have told you already in the previous section. And if you are confused or if you are not sure, then you can please go through that and watch the video, and you have a better clarity how to do it. Okay, but for now I am not concentrating on that, how to push from your local to your remote, but today we will concentrate purely on the GitHub actions, right? So what we can do is we can click, you can see it, code, issues, pull request, then comes actions. So you should click on that action, right? You should click on that. Then once you enter into this page, you get something, get started with GitHub Actions, right? You should search, okay? See here, if you want to go and search something, you can go and search it. I'll show you what, okay? But suggested repositories, these all are simple workflow deployment. You have something called Node.js, okay? For AWS, Amazon EC2, ECS, you have build with deploy GKE, you have like in Terraform, you have, and deploy Alibaba code, you have deploy with IBM, you have, and 10 cent Kubernetes engine, OpenShift, you have so many options. When you go and see, there are so many options you have where you can, all this is related to CI/CD, okay? For deployment, you have this. For security, you have. For continuous integration, you have. And automation, you have. Pages, you have. Like that, you have so many other pages where you can go and configure it, okay? Example, I'll show you. I'll take the duplicate of this because I don't want to create from this. Let's say we will go something with ECS, okay? So you can just go click here, and then it will lead you to this page, okay? And many more things you can do, okay? I'll show you with this also, this example, and then you can just go and deploy it, okay? And then commit changes, you get a deployment things, many more options you get, okay? So let's try one, okay? Here, see, one thing you should remember, GitHub action, okay? This is something which you did not create, it has created by GitHub only, okay? GitHub action dot GitHub is the normal workflow, common workflow for all of us, okay? Workflows is also common, only this file is something which you have selected, okay? You can edit it if you don't want this name, you can see YAML is must, you have to give YAML is must file, but with that any name if you want to change, you can change, okay? So it's up to you. So in this way you can just do it, you can go and commit changes, okay? So if you want to give something of your own, so already have integrated my GitHub to Copilot, so it is giving itself, okay? I have not written anything, so I can go and commit changes directly, and then here I can see something called as here you can see my folder file is there where my code is there, okay? But I don't want to go with that, right? So what I can do, I can see here, click again with actions, right? When I click with actions, I have something called as GitHub action workflow for ECS. Can you see this, right? We have something called commit, okay? And we have commit ID, push by DevOps classes code, okay? It is in progress, you can see this, okay? It is rotating, it is in which color? It is in yellow color, right? So once it is completely done, it will go with the green color checkbox, if you can see, right? So let's refresh and check this. So let's wait for some time. Okay, it got failed, okay? Why it got failed? Because as I said, right, so few of the deployment configuration part where we have to edit and we have not given anything, right? Region is not valid and all. So this is an example I have told because I have to go and configure it. So I'll not go with this. As I said you in the beginning, I'll not go with, that's just for your test. I have said your why it got failed because region is not valid. I have not given any configuration, nothing have done, right? So that's fine, okay? This is not our part. So let's, that's fine, okay? I'll go again from here, okay? And then, okay, I'll just say, I'll go with the code, right? GitHub actions, failed, okay? The details it is giving, but that's fine. I don't want to go with this. I'll take with a new workflow, right? Okay, so new workflow when I go, let's say these are the examples, okay? See again, it's not like direct configuration. You have to give some form, some format, whatever it is asking, compulsion, you should give some configuration, you should give your own things, credentials, many more options you have. So you can go and edit it, okay? Which is already there for you as a template, okay? But for now, I don't want to go with all these things. So what I want to do, I want to create a workflow for myself, okay? So for that, I have an option here, build a test and deploy your code, make code reviews, okay? Branch management and issue triaging work the way you want, select a workflow to get started, okay? Skip this and set up a workflow. So you're saying I don't want all those things, I just want to create my workflow. This is what I want, right? So I can just go and set up, okay? So once I set up, the view will be in this way, okay? Here I will write code, but what do I write a code? Right? So I have already, this will be given for you a small description. We will see this is like hello world, okay, where you can get hello world script. I will take, it's a YAML file for me, okay? So I have taken this, let's say hello world push I am saying, okay, and what it is saying, okay. Let me explain you something called, this is name called hello world, okay. On, on it is push, okay. I also should make sure that indentation should be correct, okay. And then jobs will be my job, okay. It is running on Ubuntu latest. Steps will be on which steps, it will be my step, okay. And it should run on a hello world, okay. This is the concept, and it's all about the YAML file, okay. So you can go through it and see exactly how it works, but don't worry, you no need to write about it, okay. We have some website where whether the YAML is correct or no. To check that, you can click on this website. You have many websites actually, okay. You have YAML lint, and you also have YAML beautifier, okay. You have options for this. When you click here, then you have something called, you can just go and give it, and you can see the output, right. You can get this format. Here you can just go and copy it, okay. The same thing here also, if you want to check your YAML is correct or no, it will say go, then it will say yeah, valid YAML, means if you want to check your indentation is correct or no, if it is not correct, then it is not going to give you the output, it will get failed. So you should make sure you have to go and correct, okay. So you can use these websites, that's totally fine. No need to by heart it, understand how the YAML is written, and then how it will be there, okay. You no need to by heart it, or you no need to mug up things also, and you no need to no worry about it. You have your documents, you can go and follow that, and no one remembers also. So because of us only, because of that, we have so many websites to check the proper indentation, okay. So here you can check it, okay, where you can go, and where's the workflow here, right. So here you give, okay. Again I want to tell, GitHub action is something which is created by, okay, that is a path. This is the common path for everyone, for all of us, till when we do the workflows, till where we do the workflows, we have the common things, okay. And YAML, main.yaml is a concept, okay. Now what we will do, if you want to, instead of a main.yaml, if you want to do with the demo class, you can go with that demo class.yaml I want to give, okay. So this is a marketplace where it is telling me about caches, upload a build craft, okay, build articraft it is telling, okay. Then here it is giving you set up the Java JDKs, go with environment, okay, close the stale issues, many more options it is giving. Feature categories also it giving, good for code quality, for continuous integration, for deployment, okay, for monitoring, project management, testing. You have so many things, and if you want to also, if you want to browse this, you can go and browse that. You have documentations also for this, where you can see what happened, okay. Customize when workflows are run, okay. Set your workflow in on, push and branch, main, release, okay. These are the steps you have to follow. If you want to go through it, you can go through that, okay. But now I want to save it, commit changes, so I'll go with commit changes, okay. So here I have something called as commit changes. Here GitHub Actions workflow for hello world I have given, okay. I have not written, it is come automatically because already I have set up the copilot with that, so it is writing itself. So I am giving your test, okay. So I'll just say again, I have an option of commit directly to the main branch, okay, or I have an option of create a new branch for this commit and start a pull request also, okay. So here I don't want to go with any new branch, I want to go with the present branch only, okay. So I'll just go and do it, commit changes, okay. So I have to do commit changes and then save, okay. Here you can't see anything for sure. Again you have to click on the GitHub actions, okay. Here it got filled, so don't worry about it, you can just go and delete this, no problem, okay. You can run it, okay. Here this is the one, hello world actions, you can see, right. Okay, this is what you can see, it is in progress. This was already 12 seconds ago, okay. It is something which is running now, okay, and it is in yellow color, which you can see. And here it is also giving you the caches, okay. It will we will see this, okay. Let's complete this, then we will have, okay. Here it is showing deploy to this, okay. Let's see, refresh and see this. Okay, actually here it got failed because here you can see this deploy to Amazon EC2, so that was the wrong thing, so I think I have to delete it, okay. I'm sorry for this. This is the one where our GitHub actions will work. So you can click on this and you can see the job status on push, and here it is showing you the my job. So when you click on this my job, okay, you have the steps where and how the jobs went. Okay, it is like succeeded in 1 minute ago, 1 minute ago in 2 seconds. Jobs, setup of job, you can drop down, you click on drop down. Okay, when you do, you have something. Current runner is this much version. Runner image provisioner, it is hosted on compute agent. What is the version? It is giving the commit id, and it is also giving you which date. Okay, it is giving you the operating system Ubuntu, this one, and running image was what? Ubuntu. And it is also giving you the version, software release. Okay, got token permission, read, and then all the other secret actions prepared. Okay, all this 22 steps happen in just 2 seconds. Okay, so you have to know. And still we are into with setup jobs. Okay, still we did not go with the next step, that is my step. Okay, where you get we have written, right? So what we have written that hello world, right? If you remember the code. Okay, so here it is already there. Okay, here it is hello world, right? Echo hello world, that's the way, that's what here it is written. Okay, hello world. And it is also saying no, it is in user bin bash, it is into. Okay, and also it is giving you how many seconds, 0 second, 0 second. Okay, here also it happened, complete jobs happen, cleaning up the often process. So the job process is completed, it is trying to tell. And if you want to search the logs, you can search if it is. Okay, if you, okay, here you have an option called rerun this job. If you want to rerun this job, you can click on that and rerun it. Okay, but for now I will do it later. You can show the timestamp, you can click here. If you want to know the timestamp. Okay, if you want to know the full screen shift, yes. Okay, I don't want to do it for now. Download archive, if you have any raw logs, you can view those things. Okay, here it is the logs where you can get the information, and then many more options you get from the log, download log archive. If you want to download it, it is downloaded in zip. Okay, like this you have something called usage. You have an options like jobs, which was on Ubuntu, it is showing that image also, which we have seen. Workflow file, it is showing, this is what we have given. And it is also giving you the summary of this, right? This is the commit id, it is in main branch. Total it took 12 seconds to happen. It is on push. Okay, and if you want to rerun this job, then you can do it. Okay, if you want to delete all the logs, you can delete. If you want to create a new status of batch, you can do it. Okay, for now I want to rerun all this, so I'll rerun all my jobs. Okay, then it will be there. Okay, so here you can see, still one more time your job is running, and it is in yellow color, and it is showing, it will show. If you want to cancel the workflow, you can do it here. Okay, so it is happening, and it has happened, same thing. Okay, what you can see and all. And it is the latest one. It will give you the history, like first was this attempt and second was this attempt. Okay, so in this way, again, if you want to know, you can just click on the action tab, where you again go back to the main page. Okay, here you can also see the event, right, which is push. Then you have something called status, which happened in 4 minutes ago, 14 seconds. Branch is what? Which branch? Main branch. You have actor. Actor is who? The user is the actor for now. Okay, in this way you can see, you can also filter your run. Okay, actor is who, octoact, cat, octocat, branch name, what is that? You can just go and refresh, filter this and check what is what. Okay, you can also check with caches, right? You have your caches, and you have your something called deployments, right? You can check your deployments, whatever happened. These are the 2 deployments which got failed for me, and why it got failed and all. You can go and check the logs, view logs, you have an options for that. Okay, why it got failed. So many things it will tell you. Okay, for now I don't want to invest much time on that. Why? Because very clear, I have not given any credentials, I have not given any key whichever is related to AWS, so it did not happen. No problem. So let's go here, deployment and production. If you have, then you can go see the production part, management environment, you can see. Okay, this is what, but here I don't want to go with this anything. So you have something called attestation. So if you want to know what it, here it is there, where your attestation is there, but for now it is not there. If you want to create it, you want to go with it, you can go with this. If you want to give feedback, you can give. If you want to go with search, like break type or exclude, then you can do it anything out of the pre-governance ADOM something. Okay, so in many information you have, so you can just go it. Okay, but nothing to do with us with it now for now. So you have something called runners, so where you can run things. Okay, and you can also larger GitHub hoster runners happen, standard GitHub host runners, and then you can also go with the user metrics you have. Okay, user metrics means which we have seen in the last session. If you have not gone through the last session, I request you please follow the advanced repository management, where we have understood what exactly how the repository management you should follow, where we discussed about it, right? So if you have metrics we have discussed, I guess. Performance metrics, you can also go and check your performance metrics, how it works. Okay, exactly what was the performance of your work task. Okay, so like this you can work on your GitHub Actions. See here you have notification also, what notification you have. Okay, you can see all those things get started, many more. Okay, but for now it is not related to this, I'll not go with this. Okay, so okay, so you have something called this. So like this you can just go through your GitHub Actions, and if you want to create your new workflow, then you can just go and create your new workflow. Okay, then you have something called as, if you want to configure it, you can configure whatever it is, but make sure you should go and edit it accordingly. It is not like same copy paste. Okay, that will not work. You should know about it. Let's say for Terraform also, you can just see the configuration part, whatever and all. Here you should give branch name, okay, which branch you are into, production, whatever things. Okay, who is your user, okay, whatever it is, some information you have to give. Yes, you have to give your API tokens, so many information, and you can deploy your with the help of your GitHub Actions. So in this way you can see things. You have so many options here to check on your GitHub, right? So like that we have, as I have discussed, for many options you have where you can go and deploy. These are the actual categories. So browse all categories for deployment, security, configuration on the page. Okay, so if you want to browse, you can browse, and if you want to learn more about this, you have an option called getting started, and core concept, how it will happen. So here you have a complete details of it, so you can go and check on that. And 1 minute, let me close all these tabs so you can go and create it. Okay, if you want to configure and manage the workflow, managing the workflow, you can just do it. Okay, and you can also check the language and frame guidelines here, how it will happen, many more. Okay, if you want to learn, like you are a beginner and you want to really learn more about it, more about like CI/CD, here it is giving you CI/CD deployment, automation, code scanning, pages, many more. Okay, you have all your options, how do the workflow runs here with the GitHub Actions. So you have so many other documents also where you can go and discuss about it. Okay, so in this way you can you can follow things and you can get it out. So you also have something called building and testing. So for building testing with respect to languages they have given you, you can follow this. If you are if like Python interested, please go with that. With respect to anything, whatever you want to go, you can just go and explore it more, right? So in this way I can say you can get the output here, and to know more about it you can follow this document. So so I recommend you to follow things very clearly. Okay, so so let's see. So like this you can go through the GitHub Actions. Okay, and let's say if you want to search something called as for Node.js. Okay, Node.js, you can search here, sorry, Node. Okay, so with respect to Node .js it is there, so it has not come. So with respect to Node, whatever the workflow is there, you can just go and browse. Okay, it's not limited to the page what it is showing. You can go and browse it, such that if you want to work with the particular particular script or something like that, where GitHub will be, where you want to work with GitHub for this, it is available for you, so you can just go and explore it many more. Okay, so we have these categories which will fall under this deployment. So I believe like the workflow is clear for you, because it is the same like Jenkins, I can say, okay, but it has advanced version. So you just see what is the difference between Jenkins, okay, and what is the difference between the GitHub Actions. So like why they use it and why a GitHub action is so important. So you have to know about it, because this will be an interview question, and if you learn the GitHub action, then it is an add-on for you, stating that you will get a first call. So these days, like everyone has a question, like Jenkins is very commonly used CI/CD. So do you know anything apart from this, right? So Argo CD might be there, GitHub Action might be there. So a GitHub Action, where you have, I believe, like you got more information about it, and if you want to learn more about it, you can comment, such that where we can make more videos on that. So hope you have understood this topic. So we will continue with the next videos in the upcoming days. Thank you. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Please share and subscribe. See you soon in the next video.